Happy Sunday, beautiful souls. This is Shamama Hunting Owl with a special message for all of us for today. I wanted to come on because today is the 3-year anniversary of starting this channel. For me beginning to do this work as Shamama Hunting Owl for the collective. So I wanted to share this day with all of us. This was the beginning of us building this tribe together. So I want to thank you all, those of you who have been here from the beginning, those of you who have come in on any phase of your journey, for being here and being part of this experience in this tribe. It truly is a blessing to be part of all of this and to be able to walk alongside all of you and to have all of you with me on my journey. So it's super, super important, you guys. So congratulations to all of us. We've made it officially 3 full years into this process of really understanding the twin flame journey and unraveling it to be able to walk this walk in our process of ascension, in our process of becoming, our higher selves. And I couldn't do this without you guys, on so many levels. And I hope you guys really understand that and appreciate and feel the appreciation I have for this collective, for our family here. So I wanted to talk a little bit today, about what's been going on in my experience for the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, the last many years of my life has been completely insane. The last 2 weeks, things have started to shift tremendously in my physical world. And so I want to share all of this with you. Because I know it's going to help somebody out there who is going through the same things that I am, or will be going through the same things that I have been. So I have felt this tremendous, I don't even know how to even start, you guys. Completely disconnected. Let's start with that. I feel a complete disconnect from my beloved, from the journey as a whole, from the twin flame process. So what do I mean by that? Does that mean I don't believe? Does that mean I don't have faith? No, I don't feel my twin. I don't feel his presence. I don't feel his energy during my wake hours like I would normally. I am still seeing some signs, some synchronicities, obviously. In my dream space, he's been very heavily in my dream space. But in my wake time, there is a true emotional, physical disconnect that I feel from him, from his energy, from our connection right now. He and I had been in contact back, I don't know, the end of April, I think it was somewhere around there, the beginning of May. And things were really, really good. And things have gone very silent again, which is perfect because, new things come up to trigger, to heal for both of us in the conversations we've had. Lots of things to think about and to look at in ourselves, that in our worlds. So it was expected and beautiful and wonderful and exactly how it's supposed to be. But there's this real emotional disconnect that is happening. And I really believe there's multiple reasons for this. The first is that the Divine Masculine is going through a tremendous amount of upheaval, of awareness, of awakening that is happening for them right now. Karmic relationships, karmic situations, again, we continue to dig deeper as we let go of some surface karmic relationships. We dig deeper to be able to release other karmic relationships. So the karmics, the issues are there with karmics again. And in this disconnect, I have to say that this is a very peaceful disconnect that I'm feeling. Although at moments of it, it can feel very unnerving that I feel this way, that it's like, wow, I don't feel him. I don't understand why I don't feel him, really, like what's going on. He could literally be on the other side of the fucking planet or dropped off the face of the earth at this moment with how disconnected I feel. And yet I'm very at peace with that. I'm not worried. I'm not fearful. I'm not, trying to figure out why this could be going on. It just is. It's just this part of this journey. This is what it's about. There's no need to really explain it or to justify or validate why it's happening. It just is. It's the next step for many of us. Spirit keeps telling me that there's this final step of surrender that we all need to get to, in which we can just be okay with whatever's going to happen and is meant to happen will happen. Always knowing it is always going to be the end result, the outcomes are always going to be in our highest good as long as we stay in our integrity. So it's very important right now for us to be okay with this disconnect. I had a friend reach out to me last night who's also feeling this way. And she said that she thought that meant that maybe he was happy in her twin's real world. Like maybe he's happy. Maybe that's why I feel so disconnected, because maybe he's just not in pain and I don't feel him, and so maybe he's just enjoying himself. And she was kind of upset by that. And so, using that moment for us to all come to an understanding of, we want our beloveds to be happy, whatever that means. So us being upset or feeling unnerved or disjointed that our beloved might be happy in whatever they're doing in their life isn't something that should be upsetting us. It's something that should actually be making us happy. Because I know for me, I know for my friend who I discussed this with last night, all we ever say is we want nothing more than our divine counterpart to be happy in whatever that means for them and on their journey. And it's not contingent upon us and our relationship. Just as I need to be happy in my life and on my journey, I know my worth, I know my value, I know what I deserve, I know what I'm willing to have in my life as far as people and boundaries that I need to set, and the way I deserve to be treated. And I know that if my beloved and I are not together right now, that there's a good reason for that. And I don't need it justified and validated. He's not here. Well, there's a reason for that. And he's doing his thing is what that means, which means I just need to do my thing. I can't just sit and get sad and start making up stories and creations in my head as to why I might not hear from him, or why he went silent, or why we triggered each other. Like, none of that stuff matters, or why I'm not feeling him. The simple fact is I have my life to live. I have my journey to do. Without him, he's always in my heart. He's always with me. He's part of me. We are always connected. But I don't need to have him in my physical world in order for me to be happy and whole and do the things that I desire to do with my life. And so many of the divine feminine are waiting with the things that they are passionate about and the things that they want to do, because they're waiting for their beloved to step in. I mean, down to the point where people are not taking vacations. They don't want to do something because, I always thought I wanted to do this with my twin, so I'm going to wait to do it until I can do it with my twin, or my soulmate, or my beloved, or whoever. So there's this need for us to stop waiting and to just live our lives. We weren't put here. We didn't incarnate into this life to just sit and not enjoy our worlds. And we need to enjoy our worlds. If and when our beloved is meant to be by our side, they will be by our side. And in the time between now and that happening, we need to just feel okay with it. We need to surrender to the fact that we are meant to be here to live our highest life, our greatest good, and that Spirit is going to deliver our greatest good to us as we just move through life and live authentically in our joy, in our happiness, making our world, the things we have control over, or supposed control over, good for us. That's what's important. It's not about making everything good for the future when my beloved is here. It's about doing it now. It's about taking that action to be happy and live a full life now, and allowing this disconnect to serve as a break in the energy and the intensity of fear and doubt and all of these things that we hold on to. Be at peace. Come to a restful place in just knowing our beloveds are doing their process and their journey. However that looks for them, that's fine. We are all working very hard to come to our highest, greatest good. That is the goal here. That is the goal for all of us. Union is the cherry on top. Union is the extra of the extra. That doesn't mean you don't have faith and believe that this is your truth. It just means that right now, You just got to live your life and be in the now moment and include the people in your world that choose to be in your world. So if your beloved is not choosing actively to be part of your daily experience or your weekly experience or your life right now, if they're not messaging you and you're only messaging them, or if they blow you off, or if they don't treat you right, stop chasing. Stop owing loyalty to someone who's choosing to not be in your life right now. That doesn't mean you do it in anger or resentment or fuck you, buddy. There's none of that. It's out of love. It's out of respect for we all have to do our journey and our healing our own way. And I know for me, I don't like it when people tell me how I should live my journey, how I should speak my truth. If I go asking for help and advice and guidance, I openly receive that. But nobody likes being told what to do. And the divine masculine doesn't want the divine feminine telling them how to do their journey. The same way I wouldn't want my masculine coming in and telling me how I should heal or purge or not heal or purge, whatever. So this is our time to do this very fine-tuning work on ourselves, to come to terms with needing to accept and be responsible for only us, our life, what we are doing, the things that are important to us, our career, our livelihood. Yes, if that means a soulmate, so be it, whatever. But dealing with what we have in this moment now and not worrying about what's going to happen 3 months from now or 6 months from now. This disconnect is really a time of service to both the masculine and the feminine. It really is serving the purpose to help us work on our own stuff, to trust in, part of it I feel like is that final acceptance of separation and non-separation. So where we don't necessarily feel them because we are so disconnected, but it's triggering that last piece of fear, of anxiety in being separated from our beloved. And we are never separated from our beloved, so we need to remember that. Even when we feel disconnected, we are still not separated. So we have to come back to this place of just true faith in our knowing, in ourselves, in our own divinity. Okay? We create our lives. We need to continue creating them every day, not waiting any longer and not fearing what'll happen if we move ahead on our process, on our journey. Everything will work out exactly the way it's supposed to, you guys. And it's always going to be in our highest good. So remember that. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear right now. So I hope this helps you guys. Also, I want to talk about, I've been feeling incredibly spacey. Even with all of the disconnect and stuff, I really literally feel like I'm walking between two worlds right now. And it's almost hard at times to differentiate what's happening in my dream and meditative states and what's happening in my actual physical world states. Time is moving at very strange paces right now. I was shown a lot of timelines that were rerouting and collapsing because there has been this tremendous burst of healing that has come through, a huge release that came through with the full moon last weekend. There has just been this tremendous bubble of healing that's been released into the universe, and it's reordering the timelines. It's going back and healing things from where they began, and then correcting everything up until this point, healing things from the past, from into the present, and into the future. So it's really this tremendous shift in time is happening right now. And again, on top of this comes back to getting our physical worlds in order, really stepping into our mission and what we desire to do, not what we desire to do once our twin becomes present in our journey, but what we want to do as our mission, what our goals are, and not what we're supposed to do, because that's an obligation. It's what did we desire? What makes you feel alive on this journey? For me, It's doing healings. It's helping people who are suffering emotionally, mentally, physically from traumas that they need to release. You know, physical, emotional, spiritual, mental traumas. For me, part of what turns me on and I get excited about is doing this with you guys, you know, is working with the community and sharing my experiences with you. So these are the things that awaken my fire. They have nothing to do with my twin. Yes, at some point in time, he may come in and we will be doing these things together, whatever that looks like then. But now I'm being called to focus on my physical world and really what I want this to look like for me, not for anybody else, and not considering anybody else at this point. We are being asked to move forward completely independent of our connection to our beloved, completely independent of it, and make the choices that are right for us at this time. So that's what's been going on with me. General overall, the energy has been super peaceful, even though it's been disconnected. It's been, for the most part, very quiet, calm, no massive emotional purging. I've had a lot of physical purging. My body has been really in a lot of pain lately, like down to my bones. And so I know that that's all part of the ascension process. I've been eating like crazy. I've put on about 10 pounds in the last 2 weeks, which is amazing. And I'm so thankful for all of that. And so everything in my physical world right now is in shift. So I'm sharing this because I want you guys to start looking at your physical world and the things that you can shift and change. That is not part of the waiting process. Okay, that is just for you and your goals and your drives and your ambition on this journey. Okay, so with that, I am going to pull just, I think, one message for today. And I think it's going to be this. I'm going to pull on camera. I don't do that very often, you guys. So I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. And we're just going to pull one message from Spirit. Of what we need to know, what best serves us with the energy right now, and what we need to do about that. Okay, so let's see if we can get one message on what do we need to know. Okay, and the card that came flying out, and I love this, you guys. Look, I hope you can see it. It's the number 8. It's the dedicated effort card. It's the Magdalene and Yahshua and the divine creator doing what needs to be done. Okay, this is so beautiful. Dedicated effort. Continue to put in your dedicated effort. As Spirit is putting in the dedicated effort to complete the picture, okay? To complete the picture. For so many of the twins at this point, you know, union is very close. And again, I'm not sharing this because I want to inflate everybody and get everybody excited and whatever. But for many, a group of the collective, union is very close right now, okay, the next couple months. And Spirit is truly showing that you just need to keep putting in the dedicated effort. This is a love that transcends all loves. This is a relationship that is incredibly special. This is a connection that will never die. And we need to put in the dedicated effort, okay, every day on this journey, being faithful to our journey. And knowing that Spirit is creating, Spirit is finishing this masterpiece, at least this part of the masterpiece, and bringing us together. Dedicated effort is being done on our behalves to bring this union into fruition. So I think that's so beautiful, you guys. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, source, the angels, our guides, they are bringing this together. This is like almost like, this is like Spirit is like saying, it's out of your hands at this point. There is nothing else that any of us can do, and I mean actually do, to convince, to manipulate, to steer the journey the way we want it to go at this point. Okay, this is all up to Spirit and us putting in the dedicated effort on our part to do our own work, to stay focused. and keep our eyes in our lane, and not worry about what's happening here and all around. Just focus on us and where our drive and ambition is. That's what's going to bring this union together. Okay? So with that, you guys, I am going to do a full reading on Patreon next. So I'm going to pull cards for the whole week, what's going on with the masculine, the feminine, and our unions. For those of you who choose to subscribe over there, it's there's a lot of content on there that you guys don't get to see here. So join me over there at patreon.com/ShamamaHuntingOwl. Those of you who need sessions, you know how to reach me, shamamahuntingowl.com. And I love you guys so much. I'm sending you so much love, so much light. Gratitude and blessings, always beautiful souls. Happy anniversary. Thank you all for being here and loving and supporting me. And we will talk again soon. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye-bye.